I'm Willie Mae Mciver for Beyond the Praise. Today we have the pleasure of having with us gospel recording artist extraordinaire. It is the birthday boy, Fred Hammond. Welcome, Fred.
Hey, Willie Mae, how you doing? Thank you.
I'm doing great. First of all, how are you doing? I know you had a bout with COVID. Are you fully recovered from it?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty
Praise
much,
God.
yeah. God was gracious, so amen.
Amen to that too. It's been a lot going on in your life. Yesterday you celebrated your 60th birthday. How does that feel to be 60? You feel any different?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel emotionally a little different. Other than that, I feel, I feel pretty good. I feel like it's a milestone. I thought
Yeah,
50 was a
it
milestone,
is.
and it was, but 60 is a milestone. So amen.
It is. You made it to 60. A lot of people didn't.
That's right. That is true.
Yeah, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. And you're celebrating your 60th birthday in style. You're having a 60th birthday bash. What is that all about?
Oh, man, it was going. I had planned to do something. This time last year, we had plans on the 60th. We start planning the 60th birthday tour.
Oh,
Where I was going to go to
okay.
I was going to go 30 cities or so,
Wow.
and just have a birthday party starting all the way up to about 40 days, 50 days outside of my birthday, ending on my birthday.
Wow.
And man, I was picking the cities, and I was going to a hotel, going to get a ballroom, going to bring all my gear, and people were going to be no seats. People are going to stand around. They're going to mingle. They're going to sing. It was going to have comedians. And it was just going to be a great party. They was going to dance, and it was going to praise. It was going
Yeah.
we was going to just be fun. I was going to have fun. And most people have what do you call them? Appreciation. So where people come and sing gospel songs. And
Yeah.
I was coming to have a party.
Okay.
I was having a DJ. I was having a small band. They was going to do the Cupid Shuffle. They was going to do the line dance, and we was going to break it down, and we can go
Yes.
anywhere we want to. We can jump in and out of. We can go to praise to punchlines,
Okay.
And well, that didn't work, so I had to come up with a different way to do it.
Okay. Okay.
So
So you came up with the birthday bash. And what will that entail? First of all, when is the birthday bash?
it's on the 30th. So on the 30th, I'm editing and doing the post ready, getting it ready for to be delivered. And you know, concerts have been done, and everybody's done. I've done my share of virtual concerts,
Mhm.
and I came up with another way to do it. So what people are going to get is they're going to get my play, because I've been talking about film and stuff, and you know, I can't wait for BET to call me, or MT, or whoever, Netflix, or
Right.
anybody. I've always been the person that have struck out from commission on.
Mhm.
We've always been the people. I've always been the person to, if nobody comes to you, you make your own way.
Yeah.
You use faith and make your own way. People don't know that the first commission album was not us. We weren't signed to Light Records. We had done the album and borrowed money from our parents and godparents and aunts and uncles, and played at
Wow.
skating parties and wedding receptions to raise 13 grand to do that record. And
Wow.
finally, Light Records leased it from us. They said, we like it enough, let's lease it. And it looked like we were signed as we looked the part, but then the rest is history. After the first one sold, then they jumped on it. And so that's the same thing, same with RFC. The record company didn't even want it. I had left commission, and they got behind commission, and they left me out to dry. They was like, we don't even know what this is, because you praise and worship for Black. We don't know what this is. This record. What is this record? And they didn't know what it was, and they let it die. But it didn't die.
No.
It caught fire. And
Yes.
so now, same thing is here on this film side. It's like, do I have enough to climb another mountain? I'm not going to let people tell me if I can make a movie or make a do of this or do of that.
Right.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I treat it like David. David, when he went to the king, they said, let's put this armor on you. And he said, well, what makes you think you can do it? He said, a bear came out. I was watching the sheep, and a bear came out, and I slayed and I pursued and I subdued it. And then a lion came out, And so each time it got bigger and bigger. And so it got to his Goliath. Well, this might be my Goliath. So I'm not waiting. You know, I'm just going to keep producing. And if I never get a call from Amazon or Prime or Tyler or anybody, it doesn't matter. I have 1.67 million Facebook fans that I can get directly to. And so I have God and I have them. So that's really all you want is people that, you know, that you can send it to and then to be able to create it. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm doing a play. I'm doing the first virtual play. I don't know if first, I don't get big on first, but it's a virtual play.
But you've done a lot of first though.
A lot of first, you know, because I'm the one that jumps out the boat.
Yeah.
I jump out the boat, and sometimes you fail, and sometimes you sink. Sometimes you win,
Right.
and you never know. You know,
That's
most
right.
of the time you're gonna win, because ultimately the Lord's gonna reach His hand in and get you anyway. But He would like to see your faith. So that's where I'm at. So I did a virtual play called an Xmas Carol. You heard of a Christmas Carol?
An X, the letter X, Miss Carol.
An EX.
Oh, EX. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so what's the story behind the title of it?
The story behind it is I play the husband of a beautiful wife, and I have a large family of brothers. It's got to be like 9 of us, brothers and sisters, that just, you know, most of us are still alive except for one of our sisters. Okay. Some of our family are, you know, eccentric. Some of them are, you know, just regular family members, and we love the Lord, but we're a normal household, and our marriage has been really solid. And after 29 years, it gets tested, you know, because an X comes back in the picture.
Oh.
And we deal with a lot of things that families are going through. Mm-hmm. We deal with the pandemic. We deal with college kids. One of our kids that we raised is dealing with depression because of this so much going on. His anxiety is off the chart. So we're trying to walk with him on that. And then we have the family times. Sometimes it's just like the nutty professor when they sit around the dinner table. Yeah. You know, and we have those guy talks and girl talks. You know, my wife and I owned a string of kind of hair salons, you know, and we had to close it down because of COVID and, you know, the pandemic. So she's doing hair at the house again. So, you know, we're just trying to make it make sense and make it work. And it's a romantic comedy, but it hits home when it needs to. It's not all sad and stuff. You'll laugh, and I mean, we're dancing and everything. But when it hits, you know, it hits right where people live, you know. And so it's a funny little. We had so much fun doing it, but it almost didn't happen too, because I really had to walk by faith on this one, because we were supposed to be shooting when I got COVID. Okay. So COVID knocked us off our schedule for 3 weeks, to the point where for 3 days I had to ask God, should I do it? Because it doesn't seem like we're going to make it on deadline this year, and the Christmas thing will be over with. And we don't have time to promote it. We don't have time. We're going to be shooting it crazy. And I just remember what we did before: just have faith and do it. And so that's what we're doing. And it is catching us. We knocked us 3 weeks off production schedule. It's not comfortable, you know. I like it to be done by now, and ready to, you know. And but by faith, we're moving ahead, and you know, I'm preparing for this to be my little sitcom on my little network. So
okay. Any special guest in the?
It's all Dallas talent.
Okay.
And you know, this time, you know, is that enough? There will be special guests in the future that'll stop through and play a role. Right. But then after that is the after party. And so I had an after party after the play. So I had Sean Martin from Dallas bring his go-go band, you know, and man, we lit that place up. Then Frank McComb, R&B, vocalist extraordinaire. He's like the second coming of Donny Hathaway.
Oh, wow.
And he came through and hung out with us, and so you're gonna get a lot.
So it's the play and the after party.
Play in the after party, and we danced, and I danced so hard. And the theme of the after party was, "This is what 60 looked like."
Oh, okay.
And then when I got home and climbing up the steps after all that dancing,
You felt
I
it,
said,
huh?
yeah, this is what 60 looked like too. So.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see both. Now, how can people find out more information? Are there tickets? How can they get tickets? How do we do this?
Go to fred60holidaybash.com and get your tickets. And it's showing up. It'll probably be around in the 7, 8, 9 o'clock area of Wednesday night. But it'll be sometime in that area. We'll give an exact time, but we will definitely know to let everybody know. I'll come on Instagram, and let everybody know what's going on. But it's definitely the 30th, and you don't want to miss it. It's a good way to bring in the new year,
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Holiday bash. And speaking of the holiday, how was your Christmas? Did you stay in your bubble? Were you virtual, Zooming relatives?
Worked on this presentation.
Okay.
Worked on the presentation. I got a chance to work at home because I also edit. I'm a part of my editing team, so I work from my house, and then came in for a little bit, and then I came on back and slept and ate a little bit and worked a little bit. Then got back up the next morning, Saturday morning, and got on the grind.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Do you feel like your life has been one big long faith walk?
Absolutely. I look over my life, and I think about how I wasn't even supposed to be here. I wasn't even supposed to be here.
Oh my God.
And how being able to take whatever the gifts and talents that God gave me and multiply them. If he gave me 2 talents, I made 4 out of them. If he gave me 5 talents, I made 10 out of them. That's just what I feel in my calling. And I still feel like I probably could have did more, not just to achieve more, but, how you really say, man, I really, if I had not wasted time here, I could have got more out of it and did more for this and did more for that. When I stand before him, I really want him to say, well done, and these messages that I get up, this whole play is really, if I were to have a church as a pastor, this is how I would have, this is where my messages would be. They would be very real and very poignant, and it would reach people where they are, and they would be able to see themselves. It was funny because I had a friend of mine, he's so churchy, God bless him. And he called me, he texted me, said he saw my flyer and Xmas Carol. I'm standing in front of the Christmas tree and I'm pointing at this shadow of a woman in the back. He called me, said, I'm so disappointed. I'm crying for your soul. He just saw the flyer.
Oh my God.
Crying for your soul.
Oh my God.
How have you, and I'm like, you ought to know me, bro. I don't pay no attention to you jokers that think that. I'm not fishing for you. I'm fishing for people that are dealing with this stuff for real. I don't care nothing about what you're talking about. And he would say, he's literally in tears, your soul, Fred. I couldn't believe the flyer. I am just so outdone with you. I said, man, take your churchy tail and get off my line. Get off my line. He's so religious. I tell you, you're not a believer, man. You're religious. And he was literally hurt. And then when I explained to him, he said, oh, that's good. I was like, man, don't call me no more. Don't call me no more with this foolishness. I'm the radical one. They automatically know I did a love song album and nobody would do it. And I did it not because I wanted to be an
R&B
R&B
did well
star.
for you. It was a great project.
It did. It was sold like crazy. You know why?
Yeah.
Because church people love love. Religious, believers love being married. They love being in love. They love dealing with, they deal with sex. They deal with this. And it wasn't a sexy sex album. It was an album that dealt with how a Christian man feels about a woman, relationships, broken relationships, fixed relationships. Everybody, people, they put, somebody told me that they put wagers at the label that this was career suicide.
Really?
And it totally shocked them because it sold well.
It did.
You know, I have
It did
pastors
really
that hit me
well.
up and say, yo, bro, you got to do another one of them because, man, this me and my wife, Doc, we listen to this one joint, man, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I deal with it. I'm not afraid of it, man. I mean, I know why I'm doing it. I know why I'm
Right.
called. You got
Right.
to know your calling.
That's right.
You know, so when you know it, you just do it. Go after it. You're going to hit some bumps in the road from some people there, but I wasn't called by them people. I'm called by
Right.
God to do what I'm doing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And that's why it works for you. That's why you're successful, because you're following God.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any new music in the play?
I do. I got a couple new songs that I'm doing. It's definitely musical. I have, you know, so I got some of the other people singing in it, and it's a play. It's not like it's not like we're shooting a movie. It is a play.
Okay.
It is an absolute, you know, we shot it like a play. You know, we got bumps in between, and we treat it, you know, I'm trying to put curtains in there, you know, clothes, you know, I'm trying to make it look just like a good old fashioned, you know, you go to a church, I mean, not a church, but you go to an auditorium,
Yeah.
and you see a play, and the comedy is real. And we had time, but we had to cut because it was like, we just broke character so much, you know. It was glad we didn't have nobody in the audience, you know, just the crew.
Right.
But I mean, we had fun. Then it was time where everyone, the dry eye in the place. Everybody, the crew was, you know, everybody was cheered up.
Wow.
Because of what it was saying, you know. So there's some new music in there, you know. I love it. I think you just have to hear it, and you know, it is good.
Great. How can people find out more information again? What's the web address?
Fred60holidaybash.com, or they can go to Real Fred H and hit my highlights, and they can see it in that. But Fred60holidaybash.com.
Fred60holidaybash.com. I cannot wait. I will be
Fred
right
H
there
on
Wednesday.
Instagram.
And where at?
All right. We're working on it. You can go to Real Fred H on Instagram.
Okay.
And it's all good.
Continue success in all that you do, and keep in touch with us.
Thank you, Willie Mae. Love you.
Love you too. Happy birthday, happy holidays, happy New Year, and all that good stuff.
All right. See you.
Stay safe.
All right. Bye-bye.
And I'm Willie Mae Mciver for Beyond the Praise.